As a young boy, I never liked it when my cousins came to visit. It wasn't because I didn't love them. It wasn't because I didn't want to spend time with them. It was because whenever they came over, somehow I ended up getting punished. If they broke something, I got in trouble. If they made a mess, I got in trouble. If they were doing something they shouldn't have been doing, I got in trouble. The worst part was that sometimes I wasn't even in the room when it happened. I would protest and say, I didn't do it. My mother's answer was always the same. This is your house. You are responsible. As a child, I thought that was unfair. I couldn't understand why I was being held accountable for something I didn't personally do. Years later, while serving in the military, I learned a lesson that changed the way I viewed my mother's wisdom. A captain of a ship I knew was relieved of his command. The shocking part was that he wasn't even there when the incident happened. He was on vacation, thousands of miles away. He had no knowledge of what had occurred. Yet, when the investigation was complete, he was removed from his position. I remember thinking, how can they hold him responsible for something he didn't do? Then suddenly, I remembered my mother's words. This is your house. You are responsible. And for the first time, I understood. Leadership is not about power. Leadership is about accountability. The higher your position, the greater your responsibility. Then my mind went to the Garden of Eden. When Adam and Eve sinned, who did Yahuah call first? Not Eve, Adam. Genesis tells us that Yahuah called unto Adam and asked, Where art thou? Now Yahuah already knew where Adam was. The question wasn't about location. It was about responsibility. Adam had been given the command. Adam had been given authority. Adam had been assigned stewardship over the garden. Even though Eve ate first, Yahuah came to Adam first. Why? Because leadership answers first. This principle appears throughout Scripture. When Israel sinned, Moses answered. When the nation failed, kings answered. When families drifted from Yahuah, fathers were often called to account. The person with authority carries responsibility. That's why Yahusha said, To whom much is given, much shall be required. Many people want the title. Few people want the burden. Everyone wants to be in charge until they discover that being in charge means being accountable. The captain is responsible for the ship. The shepherd is responsible for the flock. The father is responsible for the home. The leader is responsible for the direction of the people under his care. My mother wasn't teaching me punishment. She was teaching me leadership. She was teaching me that responsibility extends beyond your own actions. It includes what you permit, what you tolerate, what you oversee, and what happens under your watch. That's why great leaders don't ask, who can I blame? They ask, what could I have done differently? The lesson of Eden, the lesson of the military, and the lesson from my childhood all point to the same truth. Authority and accountability travel together. If you want greater influence, prepare for greater responsibility. If you want greater leadership, prepare for greater accountability. Because in Yahuah's kingdom, leadership is not measured by how many people serve you. Leadership is measured by how many people you are willing to answer for. And sometimes the greatest lesson a child learns is the one he doesn't understand until he becomes a man. As a child, I thought my mother was being unfair. As a man, I realized she was preparing me for leadership. Because leadership isn't about being in control when things go right, it's about being accountable when things go wrong.